Let's talk about you can only have one gun or one rifle. Which one would you choose for your one gun to own forever? So, I had that question come in on the live stream, and I thought it was a really good topic to take up here today. So, here we go. So, you can only pick out one gun. Now, this came up in a live stream the other night that we had. We had great turnout. It was during the snowstorm, so it was a really good way to spend the afternoon. And the question came up from one of the subscribers, I don't remember who, but the question came up was, you can only have one gun. Which would you be? Well, at the time, I was working on the 44 Magnum. I'd been building some birdshot for it. 44 Magnum birdshot, number 6. So at the time, that's what was on my mind. So off the top of my head, and that's the way live streams are, is off the top of my head, I said, well, it'd be the 44 Magnum. And it was because I was building birdshot. You can use it for big game hunting. You can use it for small game hunting. So in that scenario that we were talking, and that's where my mindset was, I said and you can use a 44 Magnum for self-defense. So that's why I rattled off 44 Magnum. Well, it's been a few days since the live stream, and I've had a chance to think things through. So that's what I did. I thought things through. And a 44 Magnum is a great rifle, great pistol, all that. I love the 44 Magnum. But as far as my only gun that I would think would be the gun that, for meeting my needs, stuff like that. For me in my life, my needs might be different than you. So that's why this is really quite the topic that takes in a lot of people and a lot of different opinions. So maybe we'll have some fun with this one. For my needs, I want a gun that will put food on the table. I want a gun that will do at least a little bit of self-defense, self-protection. But my main purpose in owning any of my rifles is more to put food on the table. I've been a hunter, a fisherman for the better part of 50 years. So that's where my mindset comes from. So what would mine be? And it's kind of a no-brainer in my world, and it would be a 12-gauge shotgun. No debate as far as I'm concerned, no debate. 12-gauge shotgun, you can put birdshot in it, you can put slugs in it, you can put double-aught buck in it, you can use it for self-defense, you can use it for just taking down big game animals, you can use it for taking down small game animals. It's probably the shotgun. The shotgun is probably the gun that I've carried the most in my entire life, because it takes in so many seasons. Rabbit season, bird season. When times were tight and I didn't have a rifle, it took in deer season, because you could load it with double-aught buck. I had a neighbor that come over and said, do you have a gun I could borrow? I handed him a double-barrel 12-gauge shotgun with a handful of double-aught buck. He left. A couple hours later, he came back, and he had a buck in the back of the truck. So for him, he was sold that day on the double-aught buck. So that's, but the shotgun, police carry a shotgun. You see it all the old cops shows, back when they allowed that stuff on television and on YouTube. They all got a shotgun in the cruiser. That's because it's an all-around decent weapon. So that's where my mindset should have went the day of the live stream, and it didn't. So but there's nothing, a lot of other rifles out there. But as far as one that'll cover the gamut for me, It's the shotgun. And then you get into whether it's a semi-automatic or whether it's a semi-automatic, a single shot. And let's talk about automatic right now, because I'm from the old school. And I didn't spend 50 years saying semi-automatic, semi-automatic, semi-automatic. All of you weirdos out there, that every time you hear the word automatic from a politician whining about our guns, automatics have always been illegal as long as I've owned a rifle. So quit your whining about it. It's not even a rifle that can be purchased by the general public. Those are full military weapons. So quit whining about when somebody says automatic. On this channel, when you hear me say automatic, I am talking about a semi-automatic. Semi, get that in your head. So I always get comments afterwards correcting me. Don't correct me on when I say automatic. Automatic is a term that's been used around rifles and pistols probably since the beginning of time. Everybody means when they're talking about, and people that know guns know what they're talking about. When they say automatic, you automatically know they're talking about a semi-automatic. Like I said, automatics have been illegal, and semi-automatic means pull the trigger every single time to get a bullet to come out. Automatic, you hold the trigger in, and out comes every round that the gun will hold. I get into the same conversation at the dinner table on Easter Sunday coming up next week. So it's just come up at the table. People around the table when we get together will start talking about the gun laws, and they're the women of the family, so they don't know anything about the guns. And I'm not knocking women, so don't be getting into comments on that. But in my family, the women don't know anything at all about the guns that we carry. So they can only go by what they see on the news, and they start babbling about the automatic should be illegal, automatic should be illegal, and that's because they heard the radical news talk about everything, automatic, the politicians, automatics are illegal, period. So anyways, enough of that for my little rant for the day. It would definitely be the shotgun, no hands down. For me, I would choose a single shot 12 gauge if that was going to be the only gun that I could purchase. The reason for that would be dependability, less parts. I would never choose a semi-automatic shotgun for the simple reason, too many moving parts. Same thing with the pump. Now when I rabbit hunt, and it's not snow, if we got snow on the ground, or snow especially in the trees, then I even leave the pump shotgun at home, because water falls off the tree, snow falls off the trees, falls on your hands, it melts, it gets into the action, and the pump shotgun will freeze up, along with the semi-automatics will freeze up. So that leaves, when you're rabbit hunting at least, with a single shot 12 gauge, even if it freezes up, it's still going to fire, and then you can definitely get it open, because they're never frozen up so much that it won't open. So that's why I would lean towards a single shot 12 gauge. 12 gauge ammunition is pretty easy to get your hands on. It's also like reloading it is a simple process with a simple press. I have a Lee one. It's a single stage. You manually have to move the shells. It's 5 stages to building up a bullet. So when you're building up your own 12 gauge ammunition, same thing there. Keep it simple, stupid. To me, that's thousands of rounds I loaded with that Lee loader when we used to shoot clay pigeons, stuff like that. We would shoot 1,000 12 gauge shotguns every Saturday morning. So between Saturday and Saturday, I would punch out 1,000 rounds of 12 gauge shotgun shells in that Lee press. So, and back then you could buy that press for $36. It's not that much right now. But anyways, I don't know if anything else I can add to that. You got something you can add to it? Throw it in the comments. This will be a fun one. I'm setting in here today. It's been raining now for 2 days, freezing rain. We've had the gamut this week. I did put a piece of cardboard in front of the window. We'll see if that'll help. I'm still playing with lighting in this room. I got room for all my equipment. It doesn't necessarily make for the best video room. But if we're going to talk about guns and we're going to talk about ammunition, this is the room that I want to be in. So what I've been working on now, right now what I'm going to work on, I've been working on is number 6 birdshot for the 44 Magnum. Because it makes my 44 Magnums versatile. That's when we got into that the other day. This right here, is, what I'm going to load right now is number 4. Number 4 birdshot will go in here. I'm working up the load right now to see where that's going to play the best. But I also had in the comments that it's probably not going to pattern very good. Well, we're going to do a video on that. We're going to do a video on these because, number one, I've been shooting these for a while, so I know what it will do. But we'll do a video. I'll go out in the driveway and I will get some stuff to shoot at, and we'll patent stuff. But I shoot these at between 30 and 40 feet with a good enough pattern, especially with the number 6s, with a good enough pattern that I would have no problem at all using it on small game, and neither will you. I end up with a pattern that's about this big. The center of it is really good for pellets. The bigger you get, it starts to spread out like stars coming off it, you know, like light off the sun. And I think that's from the rifling. As the shot's being shot down the barrel, I'm sure it's doing this. So I think that's what's causing it to spread out like that once it's down range. But if you want anything more than 40 feet, then you need to go to a regular shotgun. So to the naysayers that are talking about it won't patent, we will do a video and we will test it for you guys. It's not testing for me. I've already tested it. The only thing I will be testing is heavier loads. You know what I mean by heavier loads is heavier shot size, like the number 4s. I do have some 8s. I don't know what else I got. I got a little bit of everything when it comes to shot shell. It's all left over from all the, and I always keep it on hand. I always keep 25 to 50 pounds of birdshot on hand, anyways, because yeah, you never know. And having these things take so little pellets, this could make this pistol a very versatile gun while I'm out doing my scouting, because there's a lot of time while you're scouting you don't carry a shotgun, but I've always got this with me, so to throw a little birdshot in there for a quick snack, hey, that might be fun. And when we do that, we'll do a video on it. So have a cup of coffee with me. That just lays it down on the road mat. That 12-gauge shotgun is my go-to gun if I could only own one. And I can't even imagine only owning one. So you guys have a great week. Have another sip of coffee with me. And I'm going to get going playing with these number 4s. And you guys have a great week.